Hey guys, it's Alexa, and I went for a hike up Neversink Mountain to the site of the former Neversink Mountain Hotel. Like Mount Penn, Neversink had its own railroad loop that started at South 9th Street and wrapped all the way around the mountain to Clapperthal Junction. The only remains of the once grand Neversink Mountain Hotel is this pavilion that has been affectionately deemed the Witch's Hat by locals due to its appearance, but it's actually formally named the West End Pavilion. Plans for the construction of the hotel were announced in the January 18, 1892 Reading Times. It was a conglomeration of many prominent businessmen in the Reading area. Among some of the stockholders in this venture were the likes of George F. Baer, Peter Barbie, Henry Muhlenberg, Morton McIlvin, and the Clapperthal Land Company. Construction on the Neversink Mountain Hotel began in March of 1892. It sat just to the east of the pavilion, roughly in the area that this shot shows. It was 360 feet in length and 45 feet in width, 5 stories tall, and boasted 168 rooms. Other amenities included a grand assembly hall, dining room, barbershop, billiard room, and a bar. The grounds covered 15 acres and included walking paths, tennis courts, croquet, and a children's playground. By the time the place was constructed and furnished, it cost $160,000. There was some controversy around the naming of the hotel. Apparently, a lot of locals were unhappy with the name Neversink. They wanted something a bit more attractive and romantic sounding. During the month of March, the Reading Times ran opinion articles from residents who thought the hotel should be called the Winona Inn. The hotel opened on July 7th, and from conception to completion, it took 5 months. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. It was a seasonal resort, and it was only open between June and September. Neversink Mountain Hotel lasted only 13 seasons when it was completely destroyed by a fire on September 29, 1905. The season had ended on Labor Day, and the only occupants were a night watchman and a housekeeper. The fire started from 3 places in the basement, the center, and at both the east and west ends. It was quite obviously the work of arsonists, and it was said that 3 figures were seen leaving the premises shortly after the fire began. No fire department serviced the mountain. The blaze was such a spectacle to the city residents below that the United Traction Company got out its Neversink Mountain railway cars and ran them up and down the mountain full of spectators to go watch it burn. The subheadline in the next day's Reading Times read, "Losing Venture Ends. Flames Complete History of 13 Seasons of Financial Frost for Citizens of Berks County Who Invested $160,000 in Enterprise Unfortunate from the Start." The article went on to expose that the hotel never actually made any money. It blamed the isolated location along with the short seasonal period for lack of profit. The building was only insured for $31,500, about a quarter of what it would cost to rebuild and refurnish. Oddly enough, 24 hours before the fire started, the property was actually sold to a Reverend Father Borneman, pastor of the St. Paul Catholic Church. He purchased the hotel and land for $20,000, and since he was technically the owner when it burned, the payout was adjusted. He ended up getting $11,500 of the insurance money on the property. Nothing ever ended up being built in its place. The property is now a part of the Neversink Mountain Preserve. The West End Pavilion was built along with the hotel in 1892 and was dedicated to the memory of William McIlvin, whose last name you might recognize, as he was the father of one of the original stockholders of the hotel. Apparently, he enjoyed visiting this spot for the view. The pavilion is one remnant of the Victorian era in Berks County on Neversink, one of luxury and excess and many failed endeavors ending in arson and secrets. I spend time speculating the circumstances around the burning of the Neversink Mountain Hotel, amongst others in the area. Secrets that died with their keepers long ago. I suppose they belong now only to the mountain, for she is the only one that lives on.